The city of Yorktown, Texas is not just a small rural town 75 miles east of San Antonio. It is a city of rich history, friendly people, and a place that is alive with the past. The past speaks through the town and its buildings, its landscape, and in some places even through the dead. More than a century ago, in 1848, the main road of Yorktown was settled in order to serve as the main road to New Braunfels and San Antonio, and also as a way station. As the town grew, so did its need for stores, grist mills, cotton gins, and even medical care. Yorktown Memorial Hospital was established sometime in the early 1900s as the town steadily grew to the population of around 2,271 people in the year 2000. There are many people who visit the local museum here in Yorktown, and more recently its paranormal visitors. Yorktown Memorial Hospital is frequently visited by paranormal teams and investigators from around the state seeking the paranormal truth. Graveyard Ship Paranormal Investigations of Harlingen, Texas traveled to Yorktown on July 18, 2009 to conduct a controlled investigation in order to validate the findings of sightings, electronic voice phenomena, and the haunting of Yorktown Memorial Hospital. Hi, this is Dan LaFave, founder, lead investigator, GSPI Graveyard Ship Paranormal Investigations. We welcome you as we journey into the realms of the paranormal, and we welcome you as we come to Yorktown Memorial Hospital in Yorktown, Texas.
I'm Phil Ross. I'm the owner of Yorktown Memorial Hospital in Yorktown, Texas, which is located about 75 miles southeast of San Antonio, about an hour and a half drive from the Alamo City. I bought this hospital building about a year ago. It was a closed hospital for about 20 years, and from the very beginning we were interested in the paranormal activity in the building, and we wanted to document it.
My name is Joanne Rivera, and I'm an associate here at Yorktown Hospital. My friend Phil Ross, who's the owner, and myself found this hospital last summer. We were in search of unique properties, and a friend of Phil's happened to mention that he had an old supposed haunted hospital in Yorktown and that he was looking to sell it.
Just about every month since I bought the building, we've had at least one or two groups of people come in and look for evidence of paranormal activity.
The hospital seems to have a lot of paranormal activity. The first investigation that took place here, I was with the group, and my experience during that investigation was that I was standing at the nurse's station, and suddenly a friend of mine and I were watching the monitors, and a man came walking up the hallway from the emergency room, and we both saw him at the same time. You could see a bright light, you could see white pants, but as we waited at the nurse's station, which he would have had to cross, there was nobody there. A lot of activity here. The room that I guess bothers me the most is down by labor and delivery. It's the cleanup room, and I'm sure as you're taking a tour you'll come across that room. There's a large basin in there, and I just really feel a lot of negative, very active energy there.
In the hospital taking a tour, and we were upstairs, and kind of give you a feel about this place. When you first walk into this hospital, you kind of have a feeling when you're first walking in whether or not you want to come in, and then secondly you're kind of drawn in.
And she was in the basement, and she walked into one of the rooms, and she was provoking the ghost, saying really bad things and yelling at him. She walked into one of the rooms and ended up getting scratched, and we heard her yell. She removed her leather jacket, and there was a scratch went all the way down her.
Well, at the time, he's thinking, aha, I finally got him, because this man appeared as clear as day, as any human being would look. And he's thinking that I've got him trapped, and immediately runs down to this room because he's going to tell him that he's going to call the authorities and everything. And right as he enters his room, he looks around and he realizes there's nobody in there.
Can give you guys a quick tour.
Okay,
My had none that ran this place. She kind of built it up. She's here for 22 years. They believe she's still in this office. This was her office. I'll show you her bedrooms upstairs too. It's the nurse's station. During one of the investigations, that phone rang. This phone is not hooked up. There's no phone lines. Okay. Here where that gurney's at, and we heard a noise, and we said, if that's you, we'd like to see you. And maybe 10 seconds went by, and he walked out of this door, just right at us. And you could see good. You couldn't see his face, but you could see every outline of him. And my girlfriend and kid got up and ran. Cool, could you do it again? And we heard the same exact noise. It was like something getting tossed on the floor, and he walked right out. There was no delay. He just walked out, this time fast, and at us.
So you physically saw him?
Twice. There's still a lot of equipment in this room now. Can you see in there?
You should take a look at it.
There's quite a bit of stuff in there.
There's a morgue table. They did autopsies on it. And there's the little things you light up to see your x-rays.
Okay, yeah.
The x-ray tech was in here.
How come still all the old equipment is here? It just was abandoned?
Right. Outdated.
Ah, so they left it behind.
Yeah, couldn't
These
use
are
it.
big down here. This is emergency room entrance. One of the spirits that we think is here is a guy named TJ. He died of a drug overdose many years back. His friends brought him and they put him on this ramp here, the emergency room entrance. And whether they rang the bell or not, who knows, but the nuns didn't find him till the next day. See, if it was after hours, you'd ring a bell for service, but they don't know whether the nuns didn't hear it or the guys just didn't ring it. But he laid out there and died. Still, I feel, I've seen something running around this hearse out here, but I don't know if Tim or something that came with the hearse. The very first time I ever came to this building, I came here to look at it for Phil to see how structurally sound it was, and you could hear like a respirator in this room. It was the middle of the day.
Like this?
That's right, exactly. That's the one. Right. Can you guys smell that?
Yes.
You can smell that, right?
Yeah.
And this hospital's been abandoned 25 years.
It smells
This smells like
old.
adhesive tape.
And we're looking at this machine. We're standing at the nurse's station, looking this way, and there was it looked like a vibration coming off this machine. And when I got like right here, I wasn't expecting that weird, but I got here and I just kind of put my arm out so that he would be able to see that the shadow. All right, so I put my arm out and it was like reaching into something. My hair just started standing up. And he goes, it's behind you. Whatever it was, it's not there. It's behind you. Whatever it was like a big vibration.
And it sure isn't from this machine.
Like a
It's been off for a
shimmering,
while.
like something shimmering on
Right.
this, right?
Right.
Like
But
something
it
from the
moved.
movie Predator, like
Right, kind of like that
visualization
movie,
like
yeah.
that.
That, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It smells in here too.
Anyone need a tooth?
Ooh. It smells really bad in here.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Feces.
Sitting here is at the very end there, that window that's black right now. There were no lights on and there's an outside light so you can see if there's somebody in that room walking around.
Okay.
Well, that's what we were concentrating on, is we're looking and we're watching two people walking around in that room.
Really?
This room has the shadow people in it.
Okay.
And they attacked a medium or psychic, whatever. Lady got, torn to where she had to get stitches, but yet she was wearing a leather coat and there wasn't nothing wrong with her coat. But her arm required stitches.
Ten 42, and today's date is July the 18th, 2009. Now we're kicking off our Yorktown investigation with GSPI.
I think the place has a lot of residual, just everything, the equipment itself is still left here. So, I mean, even that says a lot for itself, the essence of the whole idea of, the hospital's here, still here. Stitched in their names and the dates they were born, and it's still here.
So what's the story with all these dolls in here? You see all these dolls?
Well, I think the owner brought them in to keep the spirits company.
I mean, some of these are creepy looking.
Some of them are very creepy looking. So is there anyone in this room that would like to speak with us tonight? If so, please speak into our recorders.
That's outside. It's sounding like kids outside.
If there's anyone here that would like to speak with us, now is your opportunity to come forth and communicate. Are you at peace here? Can you tell us if you're at peace?
Okay. Okay, you just moved. That's what I was thinking.
Here we have the room right across from the nursery. I guess this is the storage area. Down this way.
Anybody comes in here seems to get strange feelings.
Okay.
Now this table in here is creepy. This table here in the maternity room
Yeah. You gonna go look at it?
is very creepy. Back in the 50s, can I tell you something funny? When we here earlier today, about an hour ago, I took this top part and I lifted it up like that.
Or did you?
I left it like that. Now all of a sudden that part is down. And I don't remember anybody coming down.
That's something we'll have to ask Mike about. Maybe he came back through here.
We'll have to see if we can roll that one out.
Right.
That's another strange.
Reason here. I guess this is where they turned on the sterilizer to sterilize their instruments back in the 1900s. They have a sink over here.
What was that noise? Tree high.
Okay.
This hospital has several levels.
Let's see if we can open that door.
Okay.
If there's
This door
anyone in this
kinda,
room.
I don't know, this door kind of gives me the creeps. What's up with that? That sounds like something out of Hollywood.
Yeah.
Listen to this.
Very loud.
This is down.
Hey.